Hi guys, welcome back to the garden. Apologies for how long it's been. Work kind of got a little bit crazy once the sun actually finally came out, but as you can see now, it's gone again. We had 28, 29 degrees last week, followed by a massive thunderstorm, and then the last couple of days it's just rained all day. So we are back to wet, soggy grass. But thankfully most of the plants are enjoying the little bit of sunshine and now the extra rain, so let's go around the garden and see what's happening. So just spin you around and we'll take a little look around the patio. So done a little bit of a display down here with a few of my wife's little pots, a little bird bath drinking planter from one of my customers that she wanted to get rid of. It's a little bit wobbly, but still holds a bit of water, so it gives the birds somewhere to drink. Sweet peas have been out in flower once already. We've got some bunches in the house, and the brugmansias are doing not too badly. I think they would enjoy a little bit more sunshine. Our carrots have been fantastic and still growing away well, as are the brambles. Some of them that still have yet to be pulled out. Salix, which was again another freebie from another customer. I need to lop off the top couple of inches, but it's growing away nicely, so I think this year will probably be the year that I give it a bit of a prune and we start to turn it into a bit of a shape on top. The lilies that I bought and planted up into pots this year are all doing really well, with some buds starting to push through. The main bed is looking a little bit overgrown still. Still need to get in and pull out thistles and nettles, but it's all going well, as are all the fuchsias and little red cordylines. The wisteria there in the pot is one that has been missed for the last few waterings and started to look a little bit sad, so I pulled it out to remind myself it needs watering. The cycad is still not doing anything this year. I'm hoping with a few good soaks it will start to push through a new set of leaves to replace these ones that are getting a little bit old and tatted. As we come back out, found a tray of dahlias that I'd bought and put down somewhere in the shade and forgot they actually even existed. New Tropicana canna I got from the garden centre. It looks to be healthy, so I'm not too worried about planting it out anywhere near my other ones. Let's take that out of the water actually while I think of it. Aces are looking a little bit sad this year. I think I need to give them some new topsoil and a little bit of a feed. I think they're been in the pots for a few years now, so it's going to be needed. More sweet peas that collapsed while my wife was away on holiday for a few days, and they've just been staked back up in place. The jasmine this year is actually done. This one is just about coming into bud, as you can see there, but this one has some flowers out now, and I mean I've got a bit of hay fever because of all the rain at the moment, but there's a nice scent of it, and as you come through the back gate you get hit with it. And I've just noticed that the clematis has actually taken off, which is nice to see, because clematis doesn't normally do too well in this garden. That's a little shop one, a couple of quid from Asda's or somewhere. A couple of hanging baskets my wife done this year, and we get to a bit of the remains of a building site because we've started to do work in the back corner. But before we go over there, the new plantings this year are all doing well. They've enjoyed the extra rain. Probably need to give the plants a little bit of a cut back so that the sickies here can actually get growing through. But I've got, I think it's 4 stems. I've got this one here, a big one here, and then a little baby right down at the bottom there. I'm not sure if there's there's another big one at the back, so it's now 5 on that. So I think this year I might have to try and divide some of it. No flower spikes coming through on the New Zealand flax, the Formium, yet. and the fig trees are reaching up higher and higher, so I'm going to have to maybe think about how high I want them to ultimately get. This one is a little bit further behind. And then down here the eucomis is starting to come through quite nicely, and I've just stuck in a couple of cuttings I took last year. And then the area that I've been doing recently, I'm going to stick in a little short video of me doing some work on it. Right, so I'm out of breath. Just spent half an hour today, and I've done a little bit the last couple of days, pulling that stump of concrete out from a fence post, I presume. Made all the more difficult because here is the hole and here is a line of bricks, so I can actually get my spade down one side of it. So I've had to dig down about 1.5 feet just to get enough leverage on it to be able to start loosening it. But you can see what my subsoil is here in the garden. That is literally solid clay. Was this, but it's never been cultivated, so it is just whatever was here when the house was originally built. But yeah, so now that we're on a video, you can see a bit more of what we're doing. So I've got these lovely edgings from the reclamation yard, so they're going to go along here, and I was hoping to put them on the other side of the oil pipe, but the oil pipe doesn't run straight, and I do also have a root of the fig tree, so I'm just going to keep the pipe on just on the left hand side. I still am not going to put a spade through it by accident that close to the edging, so that's going to run along there. And then you'll see at the end here I have some terracotta tiles, ridge tiles from a roof, also from the reclamation yard. They're going to go basically along the top of these cobs as the other side of the edging, and this is the mains cable that runs from the garage out to the summer house over there round the back, and that's going to basically run just underneath them, and then we're going to have pebbles down the centre, and then the planters with the Canna musifolia. Right, so as you can see, some of the path was a little bit trickier than others, but we got there in the end. And you can see this edging that I got from the reclamation yard is looking quite good now. And we went and bought a few little bits and pieces from the garden centre. I couldn't be bothered to try and propagate anything of my own, so we just got some little bedding plants, some coleus and stuff. And it looks like this main leaf has died, but I've got new ones coming through. We'll see whether this takes. It got a little bit too pot bound, I think, inside over the winter, but I've got a mother plant inside that I can easily take some more off of. And the miscanthus is growing nicely. And then here is the planter that I built. This is just a couple of 2-inch square posts and then gravel boards from the bottom of the fences, just bolted and screwed together, raised off of the bottom. And obviously it's going to be lined with pond liner, just to give the barge boards a little bit longer, the gravel boards, sorry, a little bit longer life on them, because although they're treated, they are just a perishable item that is sacrificed on fencing. And obviously we are standing on, I think it is concrete underneath this, so nothing to drain away. So actually the bottom of the container and in between everything is going to have a good deep layer of shingle, just to act as a drainage layer, and then we'll have some kind of weed membrane or something to keep the soil from falling through. And then I've got over there another pile to make a second one, and that's just going to go in there. And then I'm going to fill this hole in with some fresh concrete, and then get a few shop bought terracotta pots, and then they're going to have the Canna musifolia go into them. And then hopefully I'll get around to painting the piece at the end and maybe give this all a fresh coat of paint. And I want to add a mirror at the end and a few plants over the edge, just to kind of hide and make it look like the path goes on a little bit further than it actually does. Here's that lump of concrete that I had to pull out, and I don't want to try and push my way through because I'm going to get soaked, but the rose at the back has had a really good prune. That took me about half a day to prune it and about half a day to clear all of the waste material. The Vivax bamboo is doing really well. You can barely notice which ones are the new canes in there. They've already reached basically the same height as last year, and I'm going to get very wet going through here. But you can see another begonia. I think that it's maculata, the angel wings. This one's doing a lot better than the other little one, but it's just had it spare, just sat in a pot, and I was forgetting about watering it inside, so I figured we might as well stick it outside. The Impatiens is doing really nicely, and thankfully either the rabbits haven't found it or they don't like eating it. I'm hoping the second rather than the first, because the first means that they might find it still. Oh, that's me wet. Then hostas and ferns are all doing well. The Fatsia is slowly recovering. It's got a lot more shade now, so hopefully these new leaves will kind of keep their colour and not fade so badly. Then through here, Fascicula is doing well. Actually, you still need to divide it. This container, this hanging basket is doing really well. A little flower on this Machia, and I can never remember the name, the Graname fern is doing quite well. Everything is basically needing to go out now, especially these muscifolias. They're really getting too big for the pots. The the Colocasia, pardon me, is doing well. Again, I need to get that into a bigger pot, because I'm not going to keep lifting it every year. I'm just going to keep it in a pot. But that'll probably be maybe in this area once I get around to emptying all of these plants that I bought over winter. And then I was at Wicks for some of their posts, and they managed to kill all of these, and they were outside for 50p a plant, so I couldn't help myself. I thought, well, for 50p I will just stick them in the ground and see how they do. I did forget that I bought them, so I need to remember they're there. I think the next task is going to be clearing out this little bit area here so that I can actually see what I'm doing. The eucalyptus has been pruned, and as you can see, it's already got some new shoots forming on it, which is nice to see. Always worried when you prune it and you think, have you killed it? This is, I can't remember the name of it. If I can find the name, I will stick it up on the screen for you. But the first year I've ever had it flower, and it's such a pretty flower. It's really, really nice. The loquat tree is doing well though, and where it's been pruned, it's actually reshooting again. It's still a little bit loose and leaning ever more, so I do need to find a way to strap it and get it upright a bit more. Hopefully with the extra light coming in, it will grow nice and upright. Ligularia is all out in flower. The Gunnera is over the back here, and it's small, but it's a lot better than it was last year, so hopefully it will be getting a bigger crown on it this year, and then next year it will start to really take off. Another little begonia that's just starting to take over this area nicely. I've basically lost this hosta. This was hosta, is it Heartleaf? Blue Angel. Yeah, the slugs have decimated that this year, so if I can, I might have to come out and lift it and then see if I can stick it in a pot and get it to recover. Then I'll just have to try and find something else to go in this spot. And at the top of the Mahonia looks to have died off, so we'll see what happens with that. Some more plants to replace. Black bamboo is shooting still in more awkward spots. The white giant is doing well. The flower spike on that's now finished, but we've got the lovely dotted leaves. The pond is doing well. We've got Crocosmia lucifers out already, which are giving a nice dot of colour. The pond, I've been running the filter now non-stop rather than turning it off kind of during the night, and I can see the rain is starting to spit, so we'll have to speed through. But the pond is so much clearer. I do need to get back in and pull some of this oxygenator out again, and then, as I say, I need to sort out the top pond and this bridge, because this is where it was overflowing and I was losing the water and it wasn't deep enough. But everything is taken really nicely. Need to give neighbour's tree a little bit of a prune back, but it's just time, always time. And we've got some lilies I see now out in flower, which will be nice. We'll go and have a look at those in a second. But everything seems to, touch wood, be doing well. The Achillea is just starting to get some colour on the flowers. Lots and lots of weed, but I've got some ground cover plants I bought that I do want to get in. It's just a time of finding time to plant stuff. New addition was the heuchera and the Phormium. I think it's something like Maori Sunshine or Rainbow or something along those lines. I saw a picture of that exact combination and I really liked it, so hopefully that will have enough colour and light there to really pop. This has all been planted out with little amaranthus seedlings and various things that I've grown that we'll see what grows this year. I'm still not too sure what I'm going to have as the main plant through this as a permanent addition. The bed at the back here is a little bit weedy and overgrown. We've got borage, we've got poppies. The mahonias are doing well. They've settled in nicely, so they're the main structure. There's the odd ginger in here, but I do just need to decide what I'm actually going to be doing with this. I keep wondering whether to put a path in at the end here that goes through, or maybe just at the back of the apple tree, because the only path at the moment is the one over there, and I do like having multiple ways to go. Dahlias are all doing really well. There's some nasturtiums, and then I've got some Colocasia pink chinas that I bought that have gone in here. The Mahonia looks to be recovering. If I can zoom you in a little bit. New bit of growth there. Then we've got some of our veggies. The aubergines out, they had green fly on them, so I'm hoping with the rain and access for the ladybirds and the bugs and everything, they will have eaten them all off. And then let's go around and see these lilies. Doing really, really well. Just hidden underneath this eucalyptus at the moment, which is doing okay. It seems to have straightened itself up a little bit. I do need to kind of probably re-stake that post and get it up a bit straighter again. Then this grass, I've cut all the seed heads off. I'm in the process of getting time to basically cut it all back and then remove it, and then I need to find something to replace it with. I would like something reasonably tall, because we've obviously got the Scheffler Taiwaniana, we've got the Waggy over at the back, we've got the ginormous Musa Basju leaves at the back there, so something big here, and then we have little windows over the Ligularia, and then these peonies and the Crocosmias I'm going to be removing this year because there's just too much now. With Crocosmia, a Musa Basju clump down there, the Hemerochlis daylilies, then the Rheum palmatum, there's the Dracunculus vulgaris. There's just too many plants, including a pot of weeds from the pond. And you can see these culms from the black bamboo have ran probably 2 to 3 feet away, but they're starting to mingle now with the palms. The lilies in here, we've got some more that are in flower, and then some more that are in bud, ready to flower. This has done really well this year. It seems to have enjoyed the cooler conditions. The Tetrapanix always puts on a good show. You can see the new leaves starting to emerge through already. Canthus mollis is all out in flower. Been out in flower for a couple of weeks now. The leaves start to go a little bit tatty once it starts flowering, but we'll leave it all. And the Canna Tanny at the back. I can't remember if I had this happen on the last video, but the new Akebia got attacked by the rabbits, so we've had to do some protection with some chicken wire. They've even started eating the big Mahonia soft caress at the back there as well. The barbecue is finished in that it's usable, so we've been using that for a little while, but I've got a project coming up to basically finish it off and give it a presentable outside. And the blueberries have all got berries on, so they're being protected from the birds as much as possible. The greenhouse won't go in, but the greenhouse has got lots of tomato plants. We've got some flowers, and hopefully ones that have been pollinated are going to give us some tomatoes soon. I've got squashes and pumpkins that desperately need to go out. Just got to find time for it. Then the sad Phoenix canariensis palm. Need to pull it out, but just don't have the time. This Akebia, this trunk was up here, and the tree underneath it is dead and rotten, and bit of wind, and it's snapped off. So I'll leave it as it is this year, and then in the autumn I'll give it a prune back and take this stump that's fallen out and give it a bit of a tidy up. But this bit is looking a little bit barren. I've got a big gap at the back here that I need to find something for. We've got the Canna Tanny at the back there, but it just doesn't grow as quick without having some sunshine, and this is probably one of the shadiest spots, so I need to maybe replace it with something else, maybe a big Dicksonia fern or something maybe. My wife's roses are looking a little bit sad and rain beaten. Need to give them a dead head, but they've done very well so far this year. Again, enjoying the cooler conditions. And peonies and the ferns and the begonias are all doing really well. Catuharpa. This bed is slowly starting to kind of get to the shape I want, with some bigger trees and shrubs, and then once they've grown in a bit more we can start focusing on the kind of the understory, the small shrubs, and then the ground cover. And then the beans are starting to grow. They really need a bit more sunshine, so some things have enjoyed the cold damp weather, and other things want a little bit of extra sun. And I came out here the other night and forgot that I was doing stuff and just started pulling out some weeds that are starting to grow through here. But we're starting to get a little bit of the colour that I want, with the purple of salvia, the orangey peaches of the lilies, combined with the silver of the Melianthus major. So that's a quick look around the garden. Finished with the bright poppies. I've got a few more bits and pieces to be getting on with in the garden, and hopefully we'll have something new. It won't be quite so long in the next one. It will be hopefully mid-July, and we'll have some sunshine, maybe. See you then.